This is a world that only a few people have been lucky enough to experience. There are no cages, no glass, just you and these incredible giants of the deep. This is Niue, a remote coral island in the South Pacific, where the ocean is so clear that it doesn't even feel real. Here the humpback whales migrate to breed and raise their young, and if you're lucky, you'll get to swim with them too. Lucky for us, Niue Blue run a very slick operation, and they took us out on the water to see what we could find. Our guides, Roxy and Flo, were keeping an eye out on the horizon to see if they could spot any whales. They also had people on the island, looking out for any movement and telling us where to go. Not long after, they'd spotted some whales and we were heading towards them. And they immediately start breaching and we just see these incredible creatures coming out of the water. And then it was time to gear up. I was quite nervous because I haven't been in open ocean like this before, so I really didn't know what to expect. Anyway, I didn't think about it too much. It was just time to get in the water and see what happens. The water was so clear, I could see the sea floor 50 meters below us. But I couldn't see any whales. All I could do was to trust Roxy as she swam out way ahead of me, and my job was to keep up. After swimming for quite a while, I started seeing some faint shadows off in the distance. I think this is it. I had waited so long to experience this, but unfortunately it didn't last for long, because Roxy was over to us. She was telling us that we needed to get out of the way. The whales were starting to turn towards us, and we were in the danger zone, so we had to get out of there as quickly as possible. This was a really bad spot to be in. If the whale actually started swimming and someone got hit by the whale, you could break bones or even die. That's how dangerous it is. So everyone started swimming as quickly as they could, further around so that we were beside the whales rather than directly in front of them. This was easier said than done because, as you could probably notice, I'm not the best swimmer. I am not used to using the fins, so I was using my arms a lot, which did not help, and I was just so slow, so it took me so long just to get out of the way of these whales that are now looking directly at me. I think what happened was that the mother whale was a little bit concerned about us being here, and she was just making sure that her baby was safe, who was so cute, just snuggling under his mum. Anyway, we finally managed to get out of the way of these massive whales, and now we could just enjoy them and be in the presence of these majestic creatures. So you can see here the baby going up for air and then the mum follows. And this was the first time that I got to see it. And later I learned that they only need to do this about every 15 minutes or so. That's pretty crazy when you think about it. Imagine if you could hold your breath for 15 minutes. I think this is when Roxy realized that they had started to swim away from us, so she set right off, swimming after them, and so we had to follow as quickly as possible. Anyway, this was one of my favorite parts because I got to swim beside them. This is one of the most amazing things I've done in my life, and I can't recommend it enough to anyone that hasn't done it before. I'm going to leave you now to enjoy the rest of the video. If you've enjoyed this content, please subscribe for more.